And welcome to beautiful TQL Stadium, where in 30 minutes, fans will begin streaming in to watch FC Cincinnati's first ever game inside this spectacular venue.
Gorgeous, right? And inside, everything a fan would want. Giant scoreboards, bars, concessions, suites, the clubs, you name it. Our countdown to kickoff starts right now.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Rob Williams, joined by Jessica Brown. But we're not the only ones here today to bring you an inside look at this brand new stadium on this Sunday when FC takes on Miami.
That's right. 30 more minutes till the gates open here. We have live team coverage for you here. Joe and Jeremy, our sports guys, they're live inside. Frank Marzullo is here too, roaming around. And so is our Chris Riva.
Yeah, Chris Riva is hanging out with the fans. Moments ago, we heard the fans kind of cheering and chanting over there. And even though the gates don't open for 30 minutes, you can feel the excitement building.
Check out that scoreboard right on the field there. Isn't it big? It's the widest MLS scoreboard in history right now that we can tell you. We're going to give you a closer look outside right now. Back to us live in front of the stadium. And we're joined by a special guest.
Yeah, Alex Steck. She's the Director of Digital Content with FC Cincinnati. We are excited, but we are on the outside. You are on the inside. What is this day like for you?
It's incredible. I'm so excited that it's finally here. 880 days since we broke ground, so to see this place come to life and to actually be ready to host fans today has been incredible. And it's been such a long time since we've had fans at a match. So to have them here and to get to cheer on the team it's a really, really exciting time. I can't wait to hear it. I hope it echoes in there. I have a feeling it will. Even though it's not at full capacity, I still think it's going to be loud.
The fans make the difference, right? Let's talk about the fans, especially the ones when we're talking digital that you're seeing. I mean, they're wild and big time supporters.
They are. I love seeing all the tweets come in. Everyone's been really, really excited, anticipating for this game. But I did see a tweet this morning. A fan said he'd shave his head if we won. So I know that they're excited.
We need to find that
they want to win. They want to win.
You know, my question is this. In terms of the stadium, it is built for fans because it's fans that built this team, correct?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's the best way to put it. And the fans, I think this is such a positive experience for them, and the seats are so close to the field. We've tried to convey it in videos and the content that we've created as the stadium has been built, but I don't think that people actually understand how close it is until they're in their seats in the stadium and they see how close they are to the field. There's not a bad viewpoint from any seat.
Alex Steck, Director of Digital Content with FC Cincinnati. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you.
And I think the timing of the opening of the statement is celebratory, right?
That's right.
Considering what we've all been through in the past year, now to celebrate with FC Cincinnati and all their fans is super exciting.
I know, that's for sure. Want to get a closer look at the fans? Let's get out to Chris Riva. He's been hanging out with them down at the pitch, throughout the area. What do you see now?
Jess, we have now moved about a mile away to Northern Row Brewery and Distillery. This is home to the Pride, which is one of the great fan clubs to FC Cincinnati, one of the many fan clubs that will participate in the march. Matt Brew, are you the president of this fan? The VP. We got the VP here today. Talk to me, explain to me about the fan clubs, how it works, and then how did you guys get started?
We got started just when the club was founded. It was a bunch of people that were excited about soccer fandom in Cincinnati, and they decided they wanted to do something. They didn't want to wait for other people to tell them what to do. They wanted to bring the passion and build the passion for soccer in Cincinnati. And that's why we're here right now, to be a passionate voice for fans in the Cincinnati community.
If for those that don't know, the march, what is the march? How does it work?
The march is something we came up with when we were in Nippert Stadium, where there were all sorts of bars around, and we decided, why don't we march as one and show our unity for club and for city in Cincinnati going to the game. And we brought that tradition with us to Over the Rhine in the West End, and in just a few minutes, all the people you see behind you will be marching towards the West End Stadium, singing, chanting, drumming, and just building support for what we're about to do when they kick off at 4 o'clock at the West End Stadium.
In fact, I see the drum line right behind me. You said there's going to be some smoke coming off this building?
Yeah, the ownership at Northern Row is great. They're fans. They've been season ticket holders forever, and as soon as we started talking to them about, we want to be here in the West End, we want to be in Over the Rhine with you guys, the first question they asked was, can we set smoke off? Can we be part of the revelry? And then soon, in a few minutes, they're going to be setting smoke off from the top of this building right here, the highest point in Over the Rhine, actually.
I think part of FC Cincinnati's story and our community story is the fan base. From going from no soccer club to an MLS club, what is it like to be a part of that? And this experience is unlike anything else we see with the Reds or the Bengals or UC or X.
It's unbelievable. If you would have told me 6 years ago that we would have an MLS team in Cincinnati, I would have called you crazy. It was something we built from nothing. I mean, we don't have to talk about the Reds and the Bengals stadium, and the idea that we're going to build another stadium in Cincinnati is incredible. And the upswelling of support in this community has been nothing short of amazing. We don't have to recruit members. We don't have to go out and ask for other people to join us. They're coming to us and saying, what can we do to be a part of the passion, to be a part of the excitement, to be a part of the building of something brand new in this community. And what you see right here is the result before you. It's people wearing orange and blue, excited about the city, excited about the club, excited to be part of doing something new and unique in the city of Cincinnati.
Excited to get the opportunity to talk to you. We're going to march along with you today. We're going to bring it to you guys live. We're going to launch some smoke off the building, Joe and Jeremy, and then we're going to come down towards the stadium. The march is a little over a mile long. We'll have it for you here in the pregame show.
Okay, so a lot of life outside of the stadium, and again, every time they come back to us inside the stadium here, it feels like it comes more and more alive inside here. We see some actual soccer balls on the pitch. Some of the support staff has put those out for warm-ups, which are still yet to come. The ushers are in the seats, more people are here, the video boards are on. It's starting to feel like we are getting close to the first ever game inside TQL Stadium.
And now we are getting closer with our first guest of the show here inside the stadium. Friendly guy that we've known for a long time.
What's up, fellas?
Tommy G, Tom Glitter, who calls games for FC Cincinnati. And Tommy, you have done this for such a long time. You've been in this from the beginning.
Right.
You get it, you feel it, you know it. What does this feel like for you today?
I mean, it's chills down my spine just as you say that, honestly. Like, I got emotional earlier. We were walking through and they were going through, a dry run, the announcements and playing the videos that are going to play before the game. And I was like, choking up with tears, right? I looked up in my email in June 23rd of 2015 was the first time Dan McNally and I emailed about FC Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And look what it's grown. And now almost 6 years to the day of that email to get to this, to spend so much time, so much blood, sweat, tears for the last 2.5 years of the construction of it. But it goes further than that. I mean, meetings were going on for 3 or 4 years of how do we build a world-class facility. And now, folks, we have it.
Hopefully today at 4 o'clock it starts off the first win of the season for FC Cincinnati. We'll talk with him post-game, but right now, Frank Marzullo, I believe he's in the team shop. Frank, take it away.
I am, and look who I'm with there, Jeremy. We got Gary. Gary, what's up? You ready? Big day for you, Gary. Big day. Look how sharp he's looking. And Gary, I bet you got your jersey here at the team shop. Yeah, absolutely. Amir, come on over here, Gary. Now you go get the fans ready, okay, buddy? Go get them. Go get them. Go to the plaza. Go see Rob and Jessica. They're up there. Go get them their shot and have a good time. Gary is decked out. And if you want to get decked out, Amir, this is the largest team shop in all of MLS?
Yes, it is. The largest in any soccer-specific stadium in the United States. 9,000 square feet of retail. I've got 5 locations around the building. This one is the biggest one.
Okay, Gary, come on over here. We're going to go back over to Rob and Jessica on the plaza. I'm going to send Gary out to you guys. Guys, over to you.
Oh, I can't wait to see him. Something tells me that kick when
We couldn't see it, but I don't know.
All right, coming up here. You know, it was a dream that is now a reality, right? Hardcore soccer fans have been waiting for this moment. FC Cincinnati's journey from a dream to reality is next.
And I'm Chris Reba. We're at Northern Road Distillery. This is the beginning of the march to the stadium. The fans are getting ready. We're getting ready. We're going to bring it to you live. Coming up.
A huge day for FC Cincinnati. I mean, it's been years in the making since they come to the stadium alive, and about 3 years, and here they go, those fans walking in. It's almost like a sea of orange and blue walking in as they get ready to see what's new in there.
Yeah, so we want to, of course, show you what's great about today, but we can't do that without showing you what it took to get here. Take a look at this. August of 2015, the Linder family announced they were bringing professional soccer to the Queen City. 7 months later, FC Cincinnati was on the field, playing in the United Soccer League, a level below Major League Soccer, and scoring their first goal.
Wiedemann with his left foot, he scores!
The team's popularity was obvious almost immediately. An average of more than 17,000 fans would come to temporary home Nippert Stadium to cheer on FC in their first season, drawing more fans than some MLS teams. And in November of 2016, the idea of building a new stadium for the club was born because Team Brass had their sights set on the major leagues. In January of 2017, FC formally submitted its bid to join MLS and pledged to spend more than $200 million, mostly of its own money, on the construction. But where would it go? It came down to 3 locations: the former Millicron factory in Oakley, a riverfront site in Newport, and the West End, where Taft High School played its football games. The first 2 spots didn't cause much buzz. The West End location did, because FC would need to acquire Taft's TQL Stadium from Cincinnati Public Schools.
The opportunity to win an MLS franchise requires a soccer-specific stadium that works best in an urban environment.
But there were concerns about the displacement of property and people.
I am begging him that he consider one of the other sites and do not take the West End.
Ultimately, in April of 2018, the school board agreed to give FC the land to build the stadium. In exchange, FC paid CPS $25 million and built a brand new $10 million stadium for Taft High School nearby. They are also paying $100,000 annually for a West End youth soccer program and $100,000 annually for West End community building initiatives. Meantime, the team was hotter than ever.
And Hildebrand has done it again!
They made MLS take notice when more than 32,000 fans watched FC beat MLS Chicago Fire on national television. Also by then, the team had unveiled its first stadium concept, highlighted by an orange-colored roof. With the new stadium location nailed down, the big announcement came on May 29, 2018.
Cincinnati, Ohio is officially granted the newest expansion club in Major League Soccer. Welcome, FC Cincinnati.
In December of 2018, team and city leaders broke ground. In July of 2019, the final design of the 26,000-seat stadium was unveiled, without the orange roof and with vertical fins that light up to create special effects and animations. Construction rolled on, and anticipation grew. This past March, the stadium was lit for the first time. And then came the finishing touches. A name, a ribbon cutting, and a brand new stadium 5 years in the making.
Take it all in, breathe it all in. Every nook and cranny of this stadium has something special for someone.
Yeah, 5 years in the making. That's what makes today so exciting.
I know, and notice now the lights are starting to turn on the stadium here as the fans go in, the first fans for the first home match at the new TQL Stadium here in the West End. It's a lot of history that have come along with this. It's been a long time coming, right?
Yeah, and as you see the fans behind us, only 6,000 fans will be inside the stadium today, but what's going to be interesting to see how loud it is, because at Nippert, the fans were loud, right? Here, it's a big stadium, and there's only 6,000 people today. However, there's a canopy on top of the stadium, which actually not only keeps people dry, it also holds in the sound. Woo. So it'll be interesting to see how loud 6,000 fans can make it in there.
I have a feeling it will be loud. You know what else these fans get to experience? The food that's here. A lot of new food options for these fans that they get to check out.
Yeah, FC Cincinnati hired the former executive chef at one of Cincinnati's nicest hotels and told him to make the menu unique, but local. Porkopolis has pork belly hot dogs. Sounds delicious to me. Smokehouse nachos with brisket.
Yes.
And grilled cheese for the kids.
Did you say nachos with brisket?
I know.
I am here for that. Okay, let's get over to Chris Reaver right now. He's been hanging out with the fans. Doesn't that sound good to you?
Oh, and so the march has begun. We're on our way to the FC Cincinnati Stadium. We're right along Finley and Ray Street right now. We're with the Pride Fan Club. They're getting it started. We're going to join other fan clubs, have more of the march to the stadium as the countdown to the game continues.
Here we go.
So the plan right now is to march down to Wash Park. We'll join another couple of fan clubs, then go down 14th Street and then right into the stadium. This is a tradition unlike anything you'll see in sports. So far, it seems to be really well received by some of the residents as they're stopping and taking pictures and videos as well. As this is the inaugural march for the fan clubs since they moved to the new stadium, right? This is what a tradition that started when they used to go down to Nippert Stadium. And now they're starting this new tradition today. We're continuing the march. It has started. We're coming to the stadium, Joe and Jeremy. As you can see, the fan base is ready to go. They're excited about this new stadium and the new opportunity to cheer on MLS soccer here in Cincinnati, guys. What's it like inside the stadium?
Well, you talk about the energy you're feeling right now outside of the stadium. We're starting to feel more inside because the gates are now open. We're seeing fans start to walk the concourse, use some of the concession stands, starting to find their seats. I'm people watching just to see if there's any cool people that are coming by. There's one with us we'll get to in just a second, but it's the weird dichotomy of FC Cincinnati that they have so many traditions, and this is only a club who's been around for a handful of years. I think it speaks to the soccer community here in Cincinnati.
And we do want to bring in right now Pat Brennan of the Cincinnati Enquirer, and Pat has been there from the start as well, just like Tommy G, who we talked to earlier. And Pat, we were just watching the march into the stadium. I recall in Seattle 2 years ago, we were all there and watching them even march in Seattle. The little bit of fans that got to be there. I know it's only 6,000 fans here today, but this does feel like something that we have grown to love. This is what Cincinnati does. This is how we celebrate soccer.
This is, and it's a little bit of a relearning process, right? Because we didn't get to do this last year in the pandemic, even when MLS came back, and it's here now, and that's pretty cool.
Pat, we don't have much time, but I do want to ask you one soccer-specific question. Lucho Acosta, there's so much excitement around him, and will he come back and play today? He scored in the first 10 minutes of the season. FC Cincinnati hasn't scored since the first 12 minutes of the season, hasn't scored the last 2 games. Do you feel like there's a good chance that Lucho will play today?
Yeah, I do, and I'll tell you why. This was the first week that we were able to go out and watch training. Lucho was out there every day that we were out there. We weren't out there for Thursday, but he trained yesterday, at least for the portion that media were available to see. So I feel good about him coming back. That would line up with the timeline that I originally heard of 2 to 4 weeks for him to recover from this injury. So for FC Cincinnati's sake, like you said, they haven't scored since the 12th minute of the season. I think everyone is hoping that we get to see Lucho at least for a little bit today.
Sure. That is Pat Brennan, beat writer, FC Cincinnati for the Cincinnati Enquirer.
I know, from one former mayor to our current mayor, John Cranley, joining us now in front of TQL Stadium. Got to ask you right out the gate, what do you think of all this?
This is a tremendous day for Cincinnati, a new day. We're coming out of the pandemic safely, and we open up this beautiful stadium for our Major League Soccer team. 5 years ago, this team didn't even exist, and now we have a brand new stadium that's revitalizing our city.
And you know what? The one thing that I noticed is when you see the fans walk in, they're from different places in the city, different ages, different backgrounds, different races. I mean, things like this are important because that's where we come together as a community, don't you think?
Yeah, soccer is the biggest sport in the world, the fastest growing sport in America. Of course, we're all Reds and Bengals fans, but we're a 3 major league city now. And yes, it brings people together. And I got to be there when Major League Soccer was picked for expansion team, when FCC made it into the major leagues. And they wanted it in the urban core because they believe that soccer is an urban sport and embraces diversity.
Yeah, and I remember you were pushing for this and also this expansion of the stadium as well. I mean, when you hear about it, you saw the plans, and then you see it get built the way it is now. What is your thought when you see it in person?
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And remember, the city only put money in the roads and infrastructure. The stadium itself was paid for by the private sector, by the owners, by the lenders, the farmers, and the leadership of the team. What they've given back to this community is tremendous.
And I don't know if you can hear the helicopter, but there's a helicopter up ahead getting shots. That helicopter is working for Fox right now. We're on a national stage. How are we looking?
We look beautiful. Look, we want people to get vaccinated and come back downtown for Reds, FCC today. By June, it'll be full capacity. It's time to come back vaccinated and safe and have a good time. I call it the summer of Cincinnati love.
I love it.
Come back out.
I love that. I think everybody's ready to celebrate after being cooped up for so long.
We talked about that with the pandemic. I think with the pandemic, a lot of folks miss community, and you touched on that. I think people are craving being back together safely, of course, but being with each other. That's what we're meant to be.
yeah, humans are social by nature.
Yeah, sure.
The shutdowns are not natural, and we had to do it for a while, but now we're opening up as you get vaccinated. Please enjoy our freedoms again.
Absolutely. Yeah. Mayor John Cranley, thank you very much. I know you're busy today.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Good seeing you.
Thanks.
Enjoy the game.
Yeah,
hey.
I think he said it well, right? I mean, we're all ready to celebrate, and today we have a reason to celebrate here in Cincinnati.
I know, a lot of blue and orange, a lot of folks celebrating right now. Let's get out to Chris Revo, who's with the fans who are celebrating big time.
We have officially made it to Wash Park, and this is awesome. One of the greatest traditions in the city. It's the march to the stadium as we're marching to the opener at TQL Stadium. We'll have more coming up with our special coverage right after this.
1 hour before FC Cincinnati plays its first ever game in their brand new digs in the West End. Skyfox 19 in the air above TQL Stadium.
I know the fans are ready. The gates opened at 2:30. Fans are joining in, walking into the stadium now. 6,000 fans are allowed in for today's game. And let me tell you what, the place inside is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
We're going to take you inside in just a moment. But first, we want to just say history is being made with some of the first ever fans walking into this brand new stadium. The gates opened here about, what, 30 minutes ago?
About 30 minutes. And they've been waiting. They were waiting outside before the gates were open, ready to go in and check out the new facility in there. It is crisp, ready to be seen.
And if you hear the helicopter above us, that is flying for Fox, because it's on the network, on our air, but it's being broadcast across the country. So Cincinnati is on a national stage.
It's big news here. And by the way, we have team coverage here. Joe and Jeremy are live inside the stadium. Frank Marzullo probably getting into trouble inside the stadium as well. And Chris Riva has been hanging out with the fans.
Yeah, Chris Riva is hanging out with super fans.
Yeah.
And they're going from group to group to group and swelling in numbers. And soon they're going to be behind us with all their FC Cincinnati spirit.
Yeah, it's a marching band. Did you hear the music? If you just joined us, wait until you see that. But for now, let's go inside to Joe and Jeremy, who have more coverage inside TQL Stadium.
All right, guys, and we just had one fan walk by and said, if they lose today, I'm coming after you.
It's on us.
I mean, it's on us. We've got the pregame show. We carry the game. We had the live postgame show. We told you at the top of this pregame show, this is not just about people who are here in Cincinnati. You know this. This is going to be a national perspective. But I mentioned guys like Mitch Hildebrandt. Mitch says no. Mitch says yes, he's watching FC Cincinnati years after he left. He is going to be watching today. Spencer Ritchie is watching. Alan Koch, the former head coach, was tweeting about excitement around this experience. This is bigger than just the people who are here now.
I'm sure you can see the massive video board behind us. They just went to a match day slate, but there is now a countdown clock inside here of TQL Stadium. That's adding to the excitement to me to see it counting down to the final minutes before the first game. Gates are open, people are inside. It took a long time to get to this point, but we are here now. Soccer is about to be played in the first soccer-only stadium in Cincinnati history.
Can I say that I'm jealous? I mean, honestly, I love being inside. This feels exclusive for us. It's cool. I'm jealous of my man, Chris Riva, hanging out with the fans as they march in. Let's go back to him because he's having a blast out there.
Here they come, Jeremy and Joe. We have literally made it to Central Avenue. All of the fan clubs have united at Wash Park. We're right in front of Music Hall on Central Avenue, and they're now making that inaugural march down to the stadium. As you can see, well over a block long. We started with what? 30, 40 people, a couple of drums and some smoke. Now we've got banners and scarves and flags, vuvuzelas, you name it, we got it. As the fans are ready to get in to the stadium. That's the front end of the march right now. You can see TQL Stadium right behind them. Rob and Jessica, they're up to you on the plaza. What a sight to see.
This is amazing. Are you seeing this?
Yeah, I mean...
Are you seeing this? This is amazing.
The size, the sound, the spirit of this group is undeniable. Joining us now, FC Cincinnati President Jeff Birding.
I know.
My first question is this the reason why this all exists?
Everything about FC Cincinnati Cincinnati is because of the Bailey, the supporters, the community coming together. It's just unbelievable.
I know, they're joining us right behind us right now. I mean, there is a ton of them. They are ready to go. The energy is palpable. Oh, now they're cheering you on.
And now, if you can hear the crowd, they're chanting Jeff Birding's name.
All right. Gary's getting down too.
Be careful, be careful.
Wow.
This must never get old.
Never. It's unbelievable. It's shorter. It's because of these folks. Hey, Rob!
All right. Oh, we're hearing a lot of thank yous from the fans.
What's incredible is the reason why FC Cincinnati is so successful is because of the fans.
Right.
But when the fans see President Jeff Birding, they're all saying thank you.
I know.
Thank you for making this day happen.
Yeah.
When Jeff Birding says it's the fans who made it happen.
I know.
Hey Jeff, quick question.
Yeah, I'm listening.
When you built the stadium, that's incredible.
I know. Let's take a look at the crowd because this is amazing here right now.
Thank you.
Okay, you were just talking with the fans, saying it was emotional for you. Talk about that.
I've been shedding tears every day for the last 2 weeks, and I've been taking tours about every day, and each time I'm here, I just can't believe it more and more. It's just quite miraculous, just the way this city has just come together and the way it has to make all this possible. And
a large part of that I noticed with you and with Jeff Birding, you guys are very thankful to the fans, and you make sure that they know it.
Absolutely. We have the best fans in MLS and the best fans anywhere. And you're going to hear them. You're going to hear them today. Even though we're not going to be at full force in the stadium, you'll know they're there, and we love our fans.
I think their reaction to the stadium when they even go in, it's going to be even bigger than when they were outside. So, I mean, it's beautiful in there. I don't even think they're ready to see what's inside.
Well, there's so much, for everybody. This stadium has something for everybody, from the murals to the numbers of beer and the kinds of food to the Bailey, the aluminum Bailey section. Just a couple of us can make a lot of noise. So what do you think 3,000 of our supporters and noise are going to make in there?
It's going to be incredible if that was a preview of what's to come inside.
Yeah.
My other question for you is, we see the helicopter flying above. We're on a national stage right now. It's on Fox. How do you think we're looking as a city to the rest of the country?
I think we're looking great. I think, Cincinnati, we all who live here know Cincinnati is a wonderful place to live. And when a community can come together and do miraculous things like this as a team, I think anyone in this country, has to be thinking only in America, as my father would say, is something like this possible. I can't be more excited.
Well, I think you've given the city a fantastic gift that we will enjoy for many years to come. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
We can see your love for Cincinnati in this.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. Today is a super exciting day for FC fans, for FC Cincinnati players, the organization, but really for the entire city of Cincinnati.
It's huge. Okay, you can tell by the energy of the fans what it means, right, to them in this city for the big game today at the new TQL Stadium. Hey, just want to remind you, we are carrying that game live on Fox 19 now. It begins in just a few minutes at 4 o'clock here. And of course, we're taking on Inter Miami, and we got to win. I feel like we will.
Yeah, we heard from Carl Lindner III, and he was saying, let's start this off with a win. There are going to be 6,000 fans inside the stadium. It can hold 26,000. It'll be interesting to see how loud the fans can really make it.
Well, they were loud out here. I feel like they're going to liven up the stadium today. We thank you so much for joining with us. Stick with us. I'll be right back right here.